Now, at this point in the video, we understand that modern fear grows out of an irrationality and usually a traumatic experience. And when we're engaged in fear, it disconnects our mind from our body. And for that reason, I'm sure you can agree that when you're engaged in fear and you refuse to address it, that's on par with digging your own grave, right? You're crafting your own demise. And for that reason, today I'm videotaping all these videos in a graveyard to remind you of that fact that if you don't handle your fears, learn how to address it and overcome the limitations they create, then you're going to dig your own grave. You're going to not take action and bring your dreams into reality and reach the success that you want. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to work on trying to turn around your fears and allow you to overcome the resistance it creates. And I think the key to doing that is what I mentioned before. The key is understanding where it comes from, that it's born out of some unfounded basis, that it's irrational. Usually there's no logic that backs it up, right? When in modern fear, when you're engaged in fear, usually that's not threatening your existence and your rate of survival, but it's something that's born out of a traumatic experience. And how do you fix something when you know the source of it? You go to the source, figure out the truth, reframe what's going on, and then by having that truth that liberates you and allows you to disconnect yourself from the fear that's limiting you, that's creating all that resistance. So that's what we're going to do. Now, in one of my previous videos, which was entitled Painting Your Picture of Reality, which you can check out right here, it's one of the first videos I put together. But in that video, I talked a lot about trying to take control of your mind such that it works with you and allows you to be the artist, such that you create, whatever's going on around you, such that you're in control, such that you take the wheel and steer in the direction that you want to go. And I talked a lot about reframing and reference experiences. And the general idea behind that is that if an idea is instilled in your head and you have this picture of reality that doesn't work with you, that takes more than it gives, what you want to do is reframe that situation. Take a look at how you're looking at it now. Try to turn it around, see different things, and then take that new perspective and use it to actually, make a proper picture of reality such that it's more connected to what's going on, such that it's connected to logic and what's in front of you, okay? And I also talked about reference experiences, and reference experiences help you reframe things because they put you in the experience, allow you to bring in more experiences and get closer to the truth that you want. And that's the key to turning around your fears, okay? If you have an irrational fear, what you want to do is put yourself close to that source of the fear, okay? Put yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable because you fear them, and learn that it's not a big deal. Learn that this source of fear is something that you create, not something that's inherent in reality, okay? And to do this, for example, I'm going to use my fear of spiders that I once had and show you how I overcame it using this technique. So, as I mentioned previously, there's no reason why we should really fear spiders in the first place, because, they don't pose a threat, and if we get underneath the situation, they actually fear us more than we fear them. So what I did to take advantage of this reframe and reference experience thing is I placed myself around them. I forced myself to get around them even though I feared them, and this allowed me to understand that there's no fear, okay? So if you put yourself in a lot of situations around your source of fear, you get to understand that situation better. You become more acquainted with it. And when I did that with my fear of spiders, I began to understand that, okay, they're probably not going to bite me. And I looked at how they interacted. And you can see the fear inside of them, okay? You can see that they're no threat. Usually when you encounter a spider and you get around the spider, it's usually still. It doesn't move and it's staring at you. If you make one slight movement, it sort of jitters and walks away, like it's It's getting ready to try to protect itself because it's so afraid of you. And by putting myself in these experiences, I learned that there's really no reason why I should fear them to begin with, okay? And when I took it a bit further, maybe I don't advocate killing things. I try not to end the life of anything because I respect life. But when I feared spiders, I would put myself in a situation and kill them, okay? To let myself understand that, you know, I'm the prey here, okay? I'm preying on them. I can end their life whenever I want to, and for that reason, there's no reason to fear them. They present no source of fear, okay? So by putting myself in those reference experiences, that took me to the root of my fear, the source of it. My source came out of this traumatic experience in which a spider bit me, and by experiencing that, it placed this idea in my mind that they were dangerous, that they can hurt me. But underneath it, the spider was afraid of me, okay? And that was a situation that happened. It was one situation out of hundreds I've had of spiders. And those other experiences, they didn't hurt me. They were afraid of me. And by getting close to that source, I was able to turn it around and address it. So when you encounter your fears, the experiences that create fear for you, okay, what you need to do is get to the source of it, okay? And when you first do this, you're going to feel uncomfortable. That's natural. That's supposed to happen because you have this fear instilled in your mind. You've programmed your mind to fear things, okay? But that's an irrational program. That's something based on something that is not in tune with reality, so we want to set that straight. So you gotta push yourself. Push yourself to get into those experiences. If you're afraid of talking to women, for example, if you're a guy, you're shy, you're afraid of talking to women, put yourself in those experiences, okay? Force yourself to approach a woman and talk to her. And you're going to find that, you know, they don't want to hurt you. They just want to have a good time. And you're going to learn that your fear is illogical. There's no reason why you should fear somebody. Whether it's a woman or a guy, there's no reason to have social anxiety. When you keep pushing yourself, pushing your limits, your boundaries, and putting yourself in situations that allow you to get closer towards the truth that you want to realize, that's going to turn around whatever illogical thought patterns you had and allow you to see the truth. So get out there, put yourself in uncomfortable situations, uncover the truth, and reframe your situation such that it works with you and is not something that works against you. When you do that, you're going to discover the truth that's going to empower you and allow you to turn around this fear, this irrational fear you have, address the situation, and not be paralyzed by resistance that is being produced from the fear that you have. And when you do that, you're going to overcome your fear and make changes that change your entire life.